Fast. Who here plays video games? Raise your hand.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot. More than you were expecting? Less than you were expecting?
You know, a couple weeks ago, I would have said more than I was expecting, but the study just came out and said 70% of Americans play 1 hour of video games every single week.
Which, you know, per this room, it actually might be more than 70%, as it turns out. You know, Asha, you took on this job.
This is the Asha Sharma Fortune 500 breakdown interview. We finna dive into everything that Asha Sharma's saying, and I'm gonna break it down for you because I think she got a smart head on her shoulders. She gonna bring Xbox back to its glory days, and I'm gonna tell you how and why. This the Xbox era, baby. Let's go. Hit the like button and subscribe. This is NikkoHero.
A few months ago, you were not historically a gamer. What was the first game you ever played?
I just woke up too.
On an Xbox?
Oh, gosh. Well, the first game I ever played that in memory, I'm not a gamer, but kind of casually grew up with Star Fox and, you know, hockey and Sonic. And then I think the first game I played on an Xbox was Halo.
She likes Sonic. Nah, come on, Halo. I mean, you don't gotta lie, Asha. I mean, if that's true, hey, cool, but you first played Halo? Come on, man.
It was on Halo. It was Halo.
Yeah.
Okay. There are some Halo fans out
Even the lady surprised, like, you ain't got a cap.
here. You know, over the last few years, Xbox's future has never been more in question. You just had your first showcase as CEO.
I want to get into the meat and potatoes. I want to see how she gonna have Xbox in the future. What's her plans? What she got coming?
How do you feel?
Oh, it was incredible. So Showcase is our annual game show where we show off the trailers and the lineups to come. We had more than 25 creators that showed up to do it.
That showcase was amazing. To me, it was the best out of the three. Xbox, State of Play, PlayStation, in that order.
And honestly, it's one thing to watch it, it's one thing to hear about it, but it's another thing to feel it. These are our fans that have committed 25 years to Xbox, and to see their excitement and to feel the energy for the next 25 years was pretty special.
What did you want that showcase to telegraph about Xbox's future?
You know, when I took the role about 100 days ago, I talked about my first 100 days was about listening and learning and really understanding what makes Xbox Xbox. And so I made 3
She's been listening, all right.
commitments along the way. I wanted to preserve great games. I wanted to be about the return of Xbox, and I wanted to talk about the future of play. And so it was only fitting that my first showcase we got to.
See, I like that. She got 3 main pillars or 3 main goals that she want to hit. Stick to a plan. Make it make sense. Make it make sense for the overall Xbox community, the brand, the business. Hold on. She said, bring Xbox back to the games.
To really do,
Hold on.
preserve great games. Made 3 commitments along the way. I wanted to preserve great games.
Preserve great games. Bring back Gears and Halo and all that. Maybe exclusive, but at least bring back great games in general for everybody. They got Spyro coming back. They got Call of Duty DMZ.
I wanted to be about the return of Xbox, and I
Return of the OG Xbox, you know what I'm saying? The retro console.
wanted to talk about the future of play.
And the future of play. Play anywhere. How we gonna play? We gotta bring Game Pass price down. Let's take out Call of Duty. If you love Call of Duty, cool. Go ahead and buy it, support it. But it's not on Game Pass. We want Game Pass to have its subscribers. Let's lower that price down.
And so it was only fitting that my first showcase we got to really do that, and we had a lot of great games. We had the return of Xbox with the reintroduction of 2 new exclusives, as well as a new special edition 25th anniversary console. And it was just such a wonderful environment to bring everybody together.
Now, one thing about your tenure is that you have killed a lot of things fast. The This Is an Xbox campaign, Copilot.
As she should. Let the AI come later. This is how it is. Remember digital games, digital downloads, all that. When the Xbox One first came out, everybody hated digital. but it came later. Yeah, leave the AI out right now. Everybody don't like it. It's cool. I like AI, but everybody don't. So let that be on the wayside, on the side right now.
It seems like the mobile store might be in flux. What's the pattern?
Look, I think that clarity is kindness. And so as I'm learning, I'm trying to be decisive about the things that we need to invest in, the things we need to prioritize, and the things that don't represent our brand. And we're doing that as fast as we can. There's still seams in that as we go.
I like how she talks. She giving some good answers. She giving good answers that making sense. Damn, is she better than Phil? Hold up, man. She might have been the fresh eyes and ears that we needed for Xbox. She might have been.
But it's starting to
She
really
is.
create a direction for the team to understand the principles in which we stand for, how we make decisions, to really have all of them go follow that same path.
Now, this wasn't something you killed, but it was a cut. You did drop prices on Game Pass, longtime Xbox pillar.
Told
What
you.
went into that decision?
Look, I think Game Pass is at the heart of gaming. It's the way that
Right.
players can access our a lot of catalogs, day one content, great experiences with us, and we had raised the prices 50.
Yo, Game Pass so amazing. Yo, I just realized they have Persona 6 on Game Pass. Yo. Now me, I might not have bought Persona 6 full price, but I'm gonna play it on Game Pass.
50% last year, and we were on the path to seeing a decay in subscribers, and so it had just simply become too unaffordable, and so we adjusted the price for players and the offering as we went through with that, and we're starting to see a return to growth. We're starting to see more subscribers. We're starting to see, more importantly, better retention. And we've got more work to do. So we'll be doing more this summer in order.
So what she said was, as soon as they dropped their price, more people subscribed, or at least people that canceled came back. Like me, I'm on PC Game Pass. I'll be subscribing. I'll stay subscribing. And guess what? Since she made Gears and Clockwork on Xbox console exclusive, I just might get an Xbox. Maybe. I'm still thinking. I do want a Helix though. I might get Game Pass Ultimate or whatever it is. I don't mind paying a little extra if the brand is being supported. I see that you try your best. You trying to cater to the gamer, to the audience, to the community. I love to see that. I love it.
to create more flexible offerings to meet all the types of players that we have, and we'll continue to iterate on that.
Now, who here considers themselves an Xbox fan? Raise your hand. Okay, so there's some very enthusiastic hands out there. You, like me, maybe have been on Xbox Reddit recently then, where people are saying things like, when do we put up the statue of Asha?
Oh, gosh.
There's definitely a sense you've turned the narrative around on Xbox. But what has truly changed in these first few months, and what still needs to evolve?
Look, I think that I've had the opportunity to take a look at everything with fresh eyes, and the team is putting a lot of wins on the board, starting with our players.
Yeah.
We have one of our operating principles is that we earn every single player, and so we've shipped more in the last few months.
See, hey man, we gotta go back and watch Phil interviews. He ain't talking like this. She said, I want to earn each and every player. Yeah, you better earn us. Show us why we gonna come to you. Show us why we should buy the hardware, why we should invest in you, why we should get Game Pass. Show us. And that showcase showed us.
On our platform than we have in the last year. We've been able to see a return to growth on Game Pass. We had some great games. Forza
Yo,
was absolutely.
Is she cold with it? If she ain't got nobody in the background telling her what to say, she raw. And I ain't gonna do it like that. I'm gonna say, hey, it's her, man. She raw. She cold. Queen Asha, man.
Crushing it. And I think that momentum is really contagious. And we're starting to really go back to some of the core principles that made Xbox great. At the same time, we know that the industry at large is going through a lot of headwinds.
Yeah.
It pulled a lot of demand forward during COVID, and it hasn't really been able to reaccelerate.
Ooh.
There's compression happening at almost every level of the stack, and there's a new
SSD
generation
hard
that plays
drives.
very differently than
Yeah.
the core generation. And so we've had a great 100 days. We've begun to revive Xbox, and the next 100 days is about
Yes, you
resetting
have.
Xbox.
Ooh.
To that end,
Ooh. That was a bar, right? She said the first 100 days has been to revive Xbox. She making plans and hitting them because it feels like Xbox community and kumbaya and like, yeah, Team Xbox, we got exclusives. We coming, we doing it. Yeah. It felt like she reviving it, the retro console. And now she said reset it. Reset it means like going forward. What we finna do? What's in the future? What's the plan? What's the roadmap? Xbox is back. Now what? What's coming?
the narrative has shifted, but the numbers are tough. Gaming revenue down, but hardware revenue down 33%. You've previously said you can't raise prices through the crisis, but you also have memory storage shortages to contend with, and they are driving up prices across the industry. How do you think about balancing that? And does that limit growth potential for consoles?
Yeah, look, it's going to, in all of these spaces, there are no silver bullets. We will have patience and we will execute in days, but expect that it will take a while to show up on the scoreboard. Look, on hardware, we are in a crisis right now. The entire industry is. There's a shortage of memory and storage, and the costs are exponential.
Ooh.
They are usually at this point in the generation about 50% of the cost, and we're seeing they're up
Right.
2.75x. They're up
She talking about them hard drives, SSDs, the RAM.
50% since I started. They're going to be up effectively 7.5x.
Ooh,
And so,
7.
yes, pricing is a lever, of course, but we must think about other options as well. We must think about other ways to think about the cost construction of the console. We must think about how we create.
The cost construction of the console. Sounds like to me, they want a cheaper console, which they should do. That's how the PS4 won the generation. Just straight hardware for games. Play games, nothing else. That's all we need. That's all we want. That's all the gamer wants. Fun games and hardware. And affordable hardware. Fun games, lots of them, and affordable hardware.
Different plans so more people can participate in the console. We must think of
Different plans. Is that a tier system? Is that more SKUs? You know what I'm saying? What is it? Is that third party SKUs? Like a Sega Xbox? A Asus Xbox for cheaper? I don't know.
about partnerships that will allow us to have better distribution and reach.
Ooh.
And we must think about the experiences that we're creating outside of that as well to reach new audiences.
What are some things you're considering that you would never imagined would be the case 5 years ago? Or that Xbox would have never imagined would be the case 5 years ago?
Hard to tell because I wasn't there, but I think that we will continue to look at new business models. I think is what is needed for console,
Okay.
rather than just the most premium, high performance console in the world. I think we've reached a point where it will be hard to imagine that mass audiences can afford thousands of dollars to spend on a console generation, and so I think we will start.
She keeping it real. Like, hey, hold up. That's real talk. I'm saying that. Nobody about to buy $1,000 console. That's why I'm telling you, PlayStation, keep that PS6 on the back burner. Do not really. There's no reason to buy a PS6. There's no reason. Make the PS5 cheaper or keep the Pro out. You know what I'm saying? Slim it down. Slim that boy down. The games are going to be cross-gen anyway. We're not buying a PS6. The Helix, you know what I'm saying? The PC Xbox combo was cool. Now, that's the selling point. But at $1,200, $1,500, nah. If it was $800, maybe.
To see radically different business models that we never expected start to come into orbit later this year.
One of the things that I think is really interesting about the business moment you're in is through the prism of something like Project Helix. It's expected to be a top-tier premium offering.
Oh, yeah, he looks-
There is definitely interest in it. But previously,
Right.
Xbox executives have recently
It costs
said that
too
it's going to
much.
be hard to meet demand. How do you sort of balance that?
Yeah, well, we're having a hard time now. There's more demand than there is supply for our Gen 9 console. And
that
I
true?
suspect the same will be there
I've been seeing that on Twitter. Is that true for real? Is that true?
with our Gen 10 console. I'm excited about it. It's a console that's also going to allow you to play your PC games. It's going to have backward compatibility. It's going to have leading edge performance. But there's material work to do to make
Backwards
sure
compat.
that it is available to the people that want to play. And so we're working on that.
To this end, you have warned about a coming crash in consumer electronics. What does that look like in gaming and beyond?
Look, I think it's pretty interesting because if you think back, gaming was really the proving ground for compute and AI. So it's pretty interesting that now, 25 years later, advanced offerings, we will have to empower new types of games so they can fit on device. And so there's going to be a lot of innovation. This will take years, not days, not weeks, but we'll go through it together with the community.
I like to hear that answer. We're gonna do it together with feedback from the community because guess what? We're the buyers, we're the consumers. So give us what we want, right?
Now, we're going to turn to the audience for questions soon. One thing I've been very interested in is the question of exclusivity. Previous Xbox leaders took exclusivity off the table. It seems like after show.
The number 2 publisher in the world, and when you do that, you want your games to be everywhere. You're stronger when the world plays with you. At the
The number 2 publisher, yes.
same time, we are increasingly becoming more of a platform, and it's hard to find
The console platform.
examples of platforms out there that don't have exclusive services and content. And so this is a journey for us. Our business isn't particularly healthy, as you notice.
And I know you guys gonna be like, she kind of talking on both sides. But two things, like it's storming outside. But two things can be true at once. Yes, we want to make games as a third-party publisher for everybody to enjoy, to make profit on the back end. Forza 5 sold 5 million copies on the PS5. Keep that multiply. But also, make Xbox that brand name. Make it feel good to be Team Xbox again. Have some exclusives. Gears, Clockwork, Banjo-Kazooie, you know what I'm saying? Conquer, like Splinter Cell, you know what I'm saying? Like make some games console only so you can have both sides. I think that's smart.
Or as you noted. And so we're starting by introducing 1 to 2 signature exclusives. And as the business is healthy, we will look to try and do more.
Questions for Asha from the audience? Oh, we have a lot of hands. Okay. Hello. And
We don't need to hit on questions, but guys, this was the full breakdown of the Asha Sharma Fortune 500 or Fortune something interview. What is it? Fortune Conversations. Asha Sharma, I think she's doing great. I'm excited. She bringing Xbox back to its glory days. She's making it feel good to be an Xbox gamer again. She lowered the price. She giving updates to the ecosystem. And it sounds like she want to make a console that's cheaper and affordable just for gamers. That's how the PS4 won. So somebody in her ear, or she just paying attention, or she knows, like, it's common sense. We just want a game. We don't care about 4K, 60, 120, realistic graphics. The real gamers, we just want a game, have fun at a decent price. That's all we want. And good fun games. And a little bit of exclusives. I want to feel like, man, I gotta buy that. If Crash Bandicoot, this is an example, we both know Crash not gonna be exclusive. If Crash Bandicoot so happen to be exclusive for Xbox, I gotta get one. I love Crash Bandicoot. I have to get one. If Splinter Cell, I have to buy Xbox for Splinter Cell. That's an example. So it sounds like she knows what she's doing. It's gonna be a great road to 2030. This is gonna be a good ride, a great ride. Let's go. And if y'all are ready for it too, join Hero City, and we're gonna be going on a ride together as gamers and heroes. Signing out.